Hey guys, good morning. Happy Easter to you all. I'm doing a price search, see how things are on the marketplace for food shopping. And today's Easter. Happy Easter, everybody. And we're looking at Shaw's, we're looking at Hannaford's, and we're looking at Market Basket. And I saw a few deals. First of all, the spiral slice ham, 99 cents a pound, guys. There's a limit. This is at Shaw's. We got some corn and some fruit. And let me see. I'm trying to buy two, get one free. Again, don't see a price there. So that's... everything makes me nervous when I don't see pricing. This is a good buy right now on a retail basis. We got $2.99 for St. Louis. You know, $2.49 is a better sale, but $2.99. You're actually $2.99 for tenders or ribs. The ribs are the bargain. Chicken, you can get breast for that or better. Okay. And we got again limited sale. Anytime you have beef below 7 is a good deal. That looks to be that's a New York strip roast. That's a decent deal. You see, it's saving $3, so it's a $10 piece for $7. Ribeye roast, bone in. Yeah, it's good. Half price on asparagus. You got some shrimps. Remember, you buy shrimps by the size. And these are 13.15s. They're decent price for the size. Remember, the smaller the number, that's 13 to 15 count per pound. Okay, so the smaller those numbers, the larger the shrimp are. You know, so again, and the larger the shrimp, the more money they are. Also, remember, guys, that without tails are less money than with tails, believe it or not. They charge you more money to have the tail on, which you don't even eat, but because it looks better. All right, so there's a little tip. You can buy tail off for less money. Okay, just another tidbit. And let's see. I see some bacon there. Let me see what we got here. Looks like an Oscar Mayer. Is it an Oscar Mayer? No, KM. Oscar Mayer's up here, $4.97. You know, save a couple of bucks, which again is an inflated price. That's the typical price. So the way they market is they inflate and then bring down for a sale, just like everything. And this is all junk food. They make all their money on junk, guys. Junk food. Thing I noticed here is I was looking at the size package, $2.47 for ice creams. Now remember, you're paying by weight. And you know what used to be a half gallon, which you know a half gallon is a gallon is 128, half that is 64. Half gallon used to be, these used to sell in half gallon maybe 20 years ago, 15 years ago. Now what they've done is that they've made it smaller. 48 ounces is now the half gallon, sort of say, but remember, 15 ounces in probably some stuff. Again, junk food. You know, limit 4. And this is getting, look at this, 8 ounces to 11 ounces, $2. That's almost $4 a pound. So you can get real meat for $3 a pound, or you can get fucking crap for $4 a pound. Same money. Feed your family real food or cuckoo Cocoa Puffs, right? You know. Look at, I mean, you do the same thing here. 8 ounces for cookies, Keebler cookies, potato chips. 8 ounces, you know, deep fried in seed oil. All this stuff. They're just learning about seed oils and all what have you. Eat healthy, guys, if you want to live a longer life. Thank goodness we're able to understand this now. But let's go on next. Okay, so we know here we got a nice ham deal, and we got a St. Louis rib, right? And we got some chicken drums here at Hannaford's, 99 cents. But you can get a whole turkey for 99. You can get whole chickens for 99, and drums are 99, which make up for wings. Wings are like 3.49. I asked the guys why. Because the demand is higher with wings. Yet these are healthier and they're less money. Drums. And we have a top round London broil, $4.99. Great price, guys. Look, almost half price. $4.99. I do salt, pepper, garlic. I do it in the pan. Slice with some au jus. Not overcook. Let it rest. And we got some fish here, $8. You know, they call it all natural, but it's probably maybe a farm raised. Most of the fish today is farm raised. And what is the Pete's mandarins? $2.99. You know, they're having a tough time growing oranges in Florida because of insect. Again, we understand these things. You know, look at this. Not beneficial. You know, the package is cool to look at, but the stuff inside to eat, I don't know. Now they're saying artificial sweeteners might have something to do with brain fog. Cheese, guys, as you know, we got an 8-ounce for $2. That's decent, right? Cheese is usually, well, I mean, in reality, it's $4 a pound, so that's almost going rate. So, you know, everything else is, you know, sugar, fat, or, you know, there's some vegetables. Steam in a bag, $1.49. That's a healthy. You know, the seltzers are okay. Supplement with some calcium. Okay. What else we have? One more here, just to get through. So this is our favorite market basket. We got $1.99 chops. Pork is always cheap, thank goodness. And salt, pepper, garlic on the grill. Boy, those are delicious. You do a little bit of a marinade, you know, for an hour or so to help out. Fresh garlic. There's nothing beats fresh garlic. When you guys go to the store, get yourself some large fresh garlic. And you always mix that in with things. Hummus. Okay, that's good. You get, again, $4.99. That's a Cabot's. There was a recall on Cabot's cheese recently, guys. And with an E. coli. I think it was a Cabot's butter. But I don't know what to say about that. To keep an eye, and they can't tell you until after it's already sold, you know. A lot of the contaminated foods that they report as recall or something that's already been on the marketplace, and typically when you buy something, you usually eat it, you know. So looking out for a recall is probably sometimes too late, unless it's in your freezer, right? But there are recall websites out there for you to look at. Again, fish, decent. Haddock, you know, they don't farm raise haddock, as far as I know. These here, people like stuffed clams, but they're more bread than clam, as we all know. There's some inexpensive easy peel. As I said, you buy by weight. These here are, boy, I'm just trying to see what that number is. It almost looks like 16,520. I don't know. What's that say? 1652? I don't know. Doesn't even make sense. Maybe they're so tiny you can't even see them. 520. Remember, the lower the number, the larger they are. I doubt there are 16s in there. Maybe they're at 16/520. No, it doesn't make sense. They do that on purpose to confuse you, but everybody loves Market Basket. So anyhow, on this page here, we got a bottom round. I like to look for things half price to stock up. That's almost typical. $3, yeah, dollar off, 30%. Again, drumsticks. We have drumsticks here, like they say fresh, I guess. Were they frozen? They could be fresh frozen. $1.49. You know, you look at never frozen, then it's never frozen. Antibiotic free, thank God. Yeah.